Hey there, everybody. Matt Carter here.
And Jessica Carter from CarterMatt.com.
This video is your Expanse reaction for Season 2, Episodes 1 and 2, entitled Safe, and then also Doors and Corners. In case you're wondering, why are we doing 2 episodes of The Expanse at once? It's because that's what Sci-Fi did, so blame Sci-Fi for their programming decisions. On the long list of other things you may also blame Sci-Fi for that are related to The Expanse. Alright, I could go on. We could just talk for 10 minutes about how much I hate Sci-Fi and their cancellation strategy, but anyway, we're all in a better place now. It's okay.
That's right. We're over on Amazon now, which is much better.
Yeah, alright, and so we're going to break everything down in these 2 episodes and talk about what we liked, and it's a new season, it's a new era, tensions are rising, we got space lasagna going on.
Yes, we do.
All sorts of good stuff, but before we go any further, if you like this video, be sure to give us a like, subscribe to Carter Matt on YouTube, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any other updates. Alright, we're 2 episodes in to Season 2. How are you feeling? How is your status?
I'm so excited about this new season. I really loved Season 1, but man, Season 2, we're only 2 episodes in so far. I'm so excited with where all of this is going. It was good to get a couple more answers. We no longer have to call it the Blue Goo anymore. We know it has a name, so that's good.
I don't know, I kind of like calling it the Blue Goo.
Well, it's no longer called the Blue Goo.
well, yeah, we've learned a lot about that.
Yep.
And we've also learned a lot about our crew. And, I mean, I'll just say to me, I like the menial stuff. I like just watching people just kind of hang out and do stuff on the ship. It's like when I'm playing a space video game, I like to just wander around and have conversations with people, which probably makes me a terrible person to watch play video games.
I am fully aware. I watched you play Detroit Become Human last night, and that seemed to be a lot of what was happening.
Well, it was important for that game, but anyway, here...
No, I agree. I feel like it's the smaller moments that are really making this show above the rest that are out there. All the political intrigue and cat and mouse games that are going on, they're all really fun. But those moments, like the lasagna and the great series cheese caper that went on, these are the moments that make this show a cut above the rest.
This is there are a lot of ethical dilemmas in the world of The Expanse, and don't get me wrong, we will talk about what Miller did at the end of episode 2 very soon, but think about things this way. You haven't had cheese for a long period of time in your life.
I can't with the no cheese. That hit home for me. You could put melted cheese on Old Shoe and I would eat that. I love cheese.
Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. I would not eat the Old Shoe, but I would eat a lot.
But I would. Cheese and lavender. You can put that on anything. I'll eat it.
Duly noted. But this, the whole cheese caper was fun. I relate to the plight of people who want cheese. I mean, I don't know if I'd go as far as Star Helix did here or there, but hey, what can you do? That was just a fun little part of the show. One other random thing, I'm pretty sure that they got that lasagna pan off of Shark Tank. I'm pretty sure I saw that on an episode a long time ago. It's like, hey, that looks kind of familiar. But anyway, this is not the Matt points out.
No, that was a really good moment, especially since we had seen earlier Miller and Amos having it out over what happened to Semi, and it was, in my heart, I don't feel like it's over. I mean, we've seen Miller come at people for what happened with his partner. He does hold a grudge. He wants justice. I don't know that they really hammered it out. Really, Miller just got his butt kicked and thrown on the ground. Yeah, he got a punch in there. But is it going to be enough for him? I'm not sure. For now, they're a bit more of a family. They were all together having their lasagna. I really like this, that everyone was coming together. At least Amos seems to feel like he's led Miller in the group. They've got it squashed. He feels like he's all right.
I'm going to bring forward just a question. Is Miller crazy?
I don't think
so. Well,
I
mean, there's some weird stuff going on here. I mean, I don't know if this is the case, but he's having, visions of Julie. It seemed like he was fine letting Amos beat him up.
Yeah, but you also have to remember that he had, really bad radiation poisoning and was dying. So, he's had some visions of Julie while he's on his deathbed.
He's also, killing people at the end of the second episode.
Would you have let that guy go? Look at what that guy did. That's the thing about Miller is, he's killing people, and he's going up against Amos. Amos killed his friend.
It's true.
This guy killed everybody on Eros. I understand why there were people that were like, okay, you know what? We're gonna deal with you. We're gonna get answers from you. We're gonna move on with you. And Miller not having it. This guy committed atrocities against humankind. 100,000 belters. I kinda have to side with Miller in some ways. I don't think he's crazy. I think he's just, Julie died for all of this, and this was something that really means a lot to Miller. He's connecting to this.
I don't know if I'd go full crazy yet, but I'm worried. I think that's the best thing I'll say. This guy...
I'll go with... He's pretty crazy. He's a little colder here. He'll kill people for a lot less.
Well, but since Miller's not used to being out in space, it seems like he's not doing well with that. He's having the visions. He's letting Amos beat him up. I understand some of his actions, but I'm just concerned. That's the best way that I'm putting it. We have seen him barf in front of a lot of people on Space 2.
Well, to be fair, he hasn't really been traveling around a lot in his life. I'd probably be barfing up as well.
Don't get me wrong, though. I right now, if I'm to do my Expanse power rankings for most interesting characters, Miller's number 1.
Oh yeah, he's so great.
Yeah, just because I'm trying to just get a sense of how he's feeling at every moment. I like characters that you don't know what they're gonna do.
Yeah, and that's what I have felt about him, is that he's very situational on it. You don't know what he's gonna do because it just completely depends on what the situation is, how he got into this situation, what's happening in this situation, and he'll make a decision based on that. And there's not a lot of characters that I've seen just in TV in general that are like this.
And I like that this episode really kind of introduced this element of the unknown. I don't think we can go so far as to say that me proclaiming aliens on top of a building in the finale reaction we did is 100% correct, but there's some sort of alien life form that is around, and that's why I think that central question becomes, how much do you want to prepare in the midst of your fear of the unknown in order to protect yourself?
Yeah, it seems like this proto-molecule was sent out as it feels like some sort of warning that they're close by. There's some sort of alien life form that is close by. They don't know what they're doing or what's happening yet. So I understand why they didn't want to kill the scientists, and they wanted to get some answers even when they were down there having their mission, and they're killing all the scientists, and Billy's like, oh, guys, hold up, man. we can't kill everybody. We need some answers. So it's interesting to see sort of where we're going with this whole thing, and if anybody's gonna have any answers.
It's true, and the story's not completely over. That's what makes this interesting right now, is that, yes, R.I.P. Dresden. I don't think we need to have a long montage of Dresden's greatest hits, because this guy was just a jerk. Dresden can go.
Yeah, no. Holy smokes. This guy, I don't blame Miller one bit. No. This guy is dangerous.
Yeah.
You might be able to get a little bit of information out of him, but no good was going to come out of keeping someone like that alive in this universe. I can't even wrap my head around sometimes some of the things that he has done.
And he's also so fanatical that he was able to at least get other people to at least think potentially about not killing him.
Yeah.
And that's dangerous in its own way, because if you can sort of spin and justify whatever to suit your end game, then you're probably going to get yourself out of a lot of situations. Now, I'm sure that Jules, when he finds out about some of this stuff, I mean, maybe he'll be done with having whatever sort of, like, peaceful talks he's having about a tree, and he'll really start to get, like, all in on, okay, we need to find these people and kill them. They have ruined my plans completely.
Well, it's not completely ruined yet because he does still have Eros and all the horrible stuff that's going on there. Maybe he'll be able to find another scientist that he can trust. It is highly sensitive, so it's hard to know who he can trust and who he can't.
Yeah, and, you know, the Rosie in its own right, like, they have a little supply. They've got something that they can hold on to.
Yeah, I was really, like, I get where Naomi was coming from. Okay, we do need to keep this stuff. Nobody wants it on the ship. It, obviously.
Yeah, clearly.
Just like, get this off of here. This is a problem.
Yeah.
But at the same time, as soon as they were like, yeah, okay, we'll hide it. No one will find it out here. Immediately, I was like, oh no, this feels like this is going to go so sideways.
This feels like a setup for a horror movie, where it's like, you know that you probably shouldn't put, like, the serial killer with the mask in a cell that he might be able to get out of, and yet he still gets out of it.
Yes. It feels like somebody's gonna find this, and it's gonna be nobody that should be finding it. I hope I'm wrong, and that really Naomi's gonna be able to find somebody that can help create a vaccine. She was absolutely right. We don't know what this stuff is. We don't know if there's a cure.
Yeah.
You guys are saying everybody's dead. You don't know. We don't know what it is. We just found out what it's called. So, yeah, I get where she's coming from on it, but as much as I wouldn't want it on the ship, I would feel safer knowing that it's not just floating out in space for anybody to come along as some pirate find this. It's spreading. They don't know what it is. They bring it on their ship. Now it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Now they're on Earth. Like, it's so many things can go badly with this floating out there in space, and I expect it to, because this is the Expanse. And everything seems to get worse and worse as we go along. Don't deny it.
I can't deny it. There's no reason for me to deny it. I mean, the only thing that I would be worried about beyond just obviously a space pirate showing up and being like, "Arr, give me that goo," is like, I think, well, I don't know what they would say, but I would be a little bit worried.
That's Matt, the space pirate.
Yeah, clearly that is my second life. I will be a space pirate. Do you really trust everyone on the ship fully that they're not going to find a way to screw you over? Because yes, having a nice lasagna dinner is nice, but Alex already has a lot of allegiances to Mars. He's been a part of them for so long. You know, Naomi's got a history of her own, and you know, it's so much about, are these the people who they are now, or are they who they once were? This is me doing the Blacklist Reddington analogies again, but who are they ultimately?
I feel like they're bonded in a way now after seeing what happened on Eros, that none of them are going to turn on each other or all of a sudden be like, "Mwahaha! Let me take this and go and create some more problems." Also, could we talk about Alex and that amazing scene with him running the ship? That was amazing. Watching him go through that whole first season where he was feeling a little bit like, oh, I'm a glorified bus driver. I never really had a chance to run the ship in the Navy and have this chance. And then he's doing all these, you know, simulations of, let's see, you know, can I do it? Oh, I'm dead. Oh, I'm dead. Like, it was really cool to see him flying the ship and doing well and being able to just have that win. I wanted to see him have that win. He had it.
Yeah, and it was a nice evolution, too, from, like, seeing Alex in the pilot chair, sort of like, you know, doing the same thing we see from a lot of pilots, just talking about their ship, and it was, I think this character evolved in a good way in the premiere, and I appreciated that fully. You know, I'm not fully on board the Holden and Naomi ship yet.
Yeah, let's talk about that, because now I'm eating my own words from the last video that we did where I was praising the show for not bringing me any type of ships or romances or anything like that, which I loved. I loved from the first season, because it is so rare to get a show that doesn't focus on romance. I loved it, and now here we are. So now that I'm here and this Naomi Holden thing's going on, what do you think about it?
Okay, so I'm a little bit all over the place in some ways, but I understand the idea of it a lot because you're on a ship, you're not with a lot of other people. I can't be super anti-love interest as a guy who has played Mass Effect a number of times and has always chosen to have a love interest storyline. So, like, I can't be like, oh, I don't want any love interest storylines on this ship. I think it could work. I think it's just, to me, I probably wanted a little bit more time kind of building up to it because I felt like the only first real notes I got of it were maybe like the last couple of episodes of season 1, and now it's the start of season 2 and we've already sort of seen them together, and I think I'm not overall opposed to it. I think it's just more, I want to see a little bit more, I need more evidence. I'm like the cop who's just like, give me more evidence so I can close this case.
Yeah, I mean, we only really saw them have a couple drinks at a bar. We had that scene where I was starting to sniff around the idea that maybe this is where it was going. Then we just saw them in the finale where she just touched his hand and that was about it. And now all of a sudden they're doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
So, but at the same time, I'm also like, yeah, it felt a little bit like they jumped over a bunch of stuff, but because of the circumstances that they're in, yes, they're in close quarters, they've gone through these traumatic experiences together, Holden almost died, everybody was on Eros and all these horrible things are happening. I can just see that it's not necessarily just about, oh, we're falling in love or something like that, that maybe it's just a little bit more about, let's embrace life for a moment here because we've just been around so much death and almost dead ourselves, and we just need a moment to be human and to interact with another human and have some kind of passion for life still. And that's a little bit more what it feels like. So while the first season I was really excited to have no relationships or ships or anything like that, I'm buying into it because of the way that they did it.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see, obviously, where it goes and if it ends up turning into something more.
How do you think Amos is going to deal with it?
Not great. No, Amos doesn't deal with anything great. I mean, I just think, I really don't. The only thing I think Amos would deal with great is, here, Amos, have a new gun. I think he would be cool with that. But other than that, I think he's going to feel like it's just pulling Naomi away from him.
I think it just depends really on how they being Holden and Naomi handle this. Like, if it is a relationship, I feel like Amos might be a little bit better with it. That he might look at it in a way that it's enriching Naomi's life. Because it feels like Amos's main feelings with Naomi is that he wants her to be safe, he wants her to have a good life, he wants her to be happy, he's a protector and enforcer for her. So if she's feeling like this is enriching her life, then maybe he'll get over whatever it is he needs to get over. If he thinks that Holden is using her or gonna toss her off or at the end of it all, then I think it could go another way for him. It's hard to know with Amos. I think he has Naomi's best interests in his heart, that he just wants her to be okay.
In another world, I know it's probably not possible given their allegiances, could you ship Amos with Bobby Draper of The Martians? I feel like there's some similarity there.
Not even a little bit.
They might kill each other in about 5 seconds, but
Amos is intense, but Bobby is too intense for me. Way too intense.
Here's my biggest problem with Bobby Draper. The name. Because you know what it makes me think of? It makes me think, like, after she's done, whatever she's done trying to conquer Earth, she's just going to be like, and then, after we have conquered you here, have a lucky stripe, or whatever it was that Don Draper was doing for the better part of Mad Men, or even worse, to some people who hated Betty, it will just make them think about Betty. That's
exactly what I was about to say. I heard Bobby Draper and I thought Betty Draper immediately with that name.
Yeah, so I mean, we won't spend too much time talking about The Martians. I don't know. It was a cool sequence to start season 2. I will certainly give it that.
Yeah, and it was an interesting idea of her sort of looking towards the future of Mars and whether there could be water and life and trees and all these sort of things that she was hoping to see sort of in her imagination in the future of how it could be and all of that.
Let's check in now on Christian, who is having she's having a time, and I think she is now fully in the let me walk this tightrope for as long as possible and hope that someone doesn't knock me over.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know how long she's going to be able to hold on to that. She does have her spy now.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about this guy, so I'm not sure if he's really gonna, your idea about the ship and is someone going to turn. This could be something that could happen there. I'm not sure how long she's going to be able to keep this together. There are a lot of balls in the air here.
Yeah, there are. I'm worried about her. I'm kind of worried about Fred Johnson. Mostly because Chad Coleman decided to put on all that Mocklin makeup and go on the Orville, so I don't know how he can do 2 space shows at once.
I'm very curious to have that meeting with Christian and Fred.
Oh, I know.
As soon as she was like, set that up, I was like, yes, this is the meeting that I need to see.
Yeah.
I need it in my life.
That is going to be fun. That is like one of the big driving forces now. I hope we get that, and I hope we do not get Christian getting killed off within like a couple of episodes because she gets found out. I mean, I think we need her alive for a little while at least, because there has to be some sort of like counterweight to everyone else who has got their secrets on Earth, and she's kind of trying her best to sort of play both sides and hope that she doesn't get found out somewhere along the way. And so, yeah, I like where we're going with Christian. I like where we're going with almost everyone. It is weird still to me, though, that like series was such a huge part of like the first half of season 1. And now it's just sort of gone.
Yeah, it's just sort of gone.
It's just like, okay, well, are we ever getting back to Jared Harris? Are we going to hang out with Anderson Dawes anymore?
I'm sure he's going to, I hope he's going to show, how could they not?
Yeah, I mean, I want to see him again. I mean, I do kind of want to see Octavia again and sort of see, her recognizing that Miller did not die. Like, is she going to be impressed by that?
Yeah.
So, we got a lot to go through in season 2, and this was a fun start.
Yeah.
2 episodes. At least for right now, I don't remember their schedule in the head, but I think they're doing a lot of 1 a week now, or at least they did on Sci-Fi, so we'll go back to discussing them every episode. But as we wrap this video up, we want to know from you guys, what did you think when you watched these first 2 episodes of The Expanse Season 2? Let us know your thoughts, spoiler free of course, in the comments. And also, if you enjoyed this video, give us a like, subscribe, and you can support us further by checking out that link in the description to the Carter Matt store. And we'll see you here next time